was on early. I don't know what happened, guys. The live just dropped off. I guess it was my Wi-Fi. I'm not sure what it was. So what's going on, people? What's going on? I'm not going to be long. Maybe for like half an hour. You know what I mean? Speaking about what's going on in Trinidad, promoters and the Vybz Kartel situation. Exposing how much he's making, and a lot of people went online. Talking about how how this going to be. The impact on other artists. Why the exposed Kai pay his pay so high. Now other artists want to make more demands. I don't think so, guy. I think music make a lot of money than what people, especially reggae music, make a lot of money. But some of these guys, it's their contract, man. They're not being, I just think some people are not being wise when it comes down to sign their contract in the music. You know what I mean? So I'll wait for some people to log in, guys. So what's going on? What's going on? Jamaica's in the house. Anyone from Jamaica? If anyone from Jamaica, Trinidad, come into the live, guys. Come into the live. This is my second attempt. First live, I don't know what happened to the first live, guys. It just dropped. You know what I mean? I think my phone was very hot, you know what I mean? And so I cooled down my phone. I don't know if that's it, guys. I don't know. So welcome to the live, guys. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the live. You guys see back there, man. Vybz Kartel, guys, you know what I mean? You're seeing how it is, Vybz, having some issue right now, Trinidad government, I'm not saying Vybz having an issue, but the promoter, they the one, will have to give a counter answer to how they're raising money. I'm sure, I'm sure if it's a legit, but Cartel didn't show up. Vybz Kartel did not show up for the concert due to dispute over the promoter and the contract and this and that, and things wind up being like that. So it is what it is, guys. Wait for some people to come into the live. Welcome to the live, guys. Welcome to the live. We 2 minutes in the live. Welcome to the live, guys. Welcome to the live, guys. Welcome to the live. Yes, guys. Yes. So how's everyone doing, man? When you come in live, guys, press the like button, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the platform, please check out my profile and see what my platform is about. It's a podcast channel. We commentate on sports, anime, what's going on in Jamaica, what's going on in the world, period. So I'm here this afternoon, man. We're going to speak about the the Vybz Kartel concert. My son just went outside, so I'm right here. I have the front porch door open, guys. So I'm streaming live. So what's going on, people? What's going on? Streaming live, man. Streaming live. My son just went outside. Like I said before, and I'm right here, and I could see outside. The door is wide open, getting some fresh air in the house. So what's going on, people? What's going on? Where you from? Where you from? One people in the chat. Welcome to the chat, guys. Tell me where you're from. Any Jamaica in the house? We want to hear from Jamaica, man. Any the Trinidad people in the house. Any West Indian people in the house, shout out. What's up? What's up, people? Press the like button. We want some Jamaican people in the house. Welcome to YARDCHAT. Jamaican people, Trinidad. What's going on? You're seeing what's going on in Trinidad with the promoter, and now the government want to investigate how much, how these people generate. According to some people, they said it's 950,000. Then one people said it's $1.35 million. They're saying that's how much cartel is worth. Whoa. Man, listen. If you book this man, you got to work out the fine print, the pay, and all that other stuff, guys. But it's did they raise this money properly? I believe they did, guys. A lot of people, but that's not the point. I don't think anything is negative. I just think it's just the government is being nosy because they can't believe that an artist out of Jamaica, could raise, people will pay that much money to come out to see this man. That's how much money, people. That is how much was but unfortunately they can't get refund for the canceled concert. If good afternoon, Rocker. That's Rocker or Ryan? Rocker, right? Raya, Rocker. That's how you pronounce the name. I'm not good with names, guys. So how you doing, man? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Give the like, press the like button, give the video a like so the video engage in algorithm. So I don't know if you familiarize with what's going on with Vybz Kartel and Trinidad and with the people, the government saying that they're going to do a probe investigation to find out how these people raise this money. and how, you know, $1.35 million, man, that's a lot of money, guys. That is a lot of money, and it's US dollars. So of course the government eye is going to be open. So what's going on here? How these people generate money? And but away from that, you know, what it's doing for dancehall, yes, it's putting dancehall to a level. It's putting dancehall that, you know, a lot of people saying that, oh, this will impact other artists. Of course it should impact artists, because you should get what, you know, no one else is here, man. No one else is here on the chat. You know what I mean? You know, people will come on, people will come on it live. Don't worry. Don't worry. There was 19 people on at one time, came on, and you know, that's how it is, man. I'm not gonna be on long. You know what I mean? It's That's how it is, man. You cannot count on how many people on your live. You just go and speak on your mind. And I'm not, you know what I mean? I know you just, you know, you probably don't even know about Vybz Kartel. You know, you don't know about Vybz Kartel. You don't know about Vybz Kartel. You know, you sound like you sound like you're a young guy. You know about Vybz Kartel. You know what I mean? So any Jamaicans in the house, I want to get some people from Jamaica, man, all over, and come into the live and chat and share your opinion what's going on in Trinidad. That's what we want to talk about today. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? This I believe this is a this is a good thing for reggae artists. You know what I mean? It's a good thing where people artists now, you know what I mean, they, you know, a lot of people saying, oh, just raise the bar for other artists. Of course we should raise the other bar. This is about these people do this for a living. They should be compensated. If they could get $1 million for it, why not? If Cartel to get away, if listen, not say get away, the man over the years been hits after hits and hits and after hits. And check this out. Imagine if Vybz Kartel didn't, you know, wasn't in prison, you know, got locked up for all these years. What you think would have happened? You know what I mean? Jackson Ford, man. How you doing? Good evening. Hi, how are you doing? Good evening. Welcome to the live. Thanks for coming in. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know about Vybz Kartel, you know, and what's going on in Trinidad. That's what we're speaking about today, this afternoon. You know, this is Vybz Kartel, dancehall artist, you know what I mean, from Jamaica. Currently reside in Florida, Miami, Florida, somewhere in Florida. I don't know, but we know that he's no longer live in Jamaica. He reside now in Florida. And this man is on tour, man. This man is an icon when it come down to, you know, when it come down to dancehall performance. You know, just go on online, go on YouTube and pull up video from this man back um in you know in the 90s and see how you know. I mean, you know, nothing to be sorry about, man. You know what I mean? You know, younger generation, you know, this man is 49 years old. So, you know, a lot of people probably don't really, if not up to date with dancehall artists and see how, you know, if they're not engaged in that type of realm of music, genre of music, they're not gonna know. If you know, but Vice Carter, if you go on YouTube or go online, you search, you see how, you know what I mean, you know, you will see what he accomplished over the years, man. And he was in prison for 13 years. 13 years. So imagine if Vibe Cartel, you know, didn't, you know, been away, locked up for 13 years. Imagine what he would accomplish. Look what he's accomplished now. Okay, we can't speak about, you know, what if it was a fact that he was away for 13 years. So we're going to speak on the facts and truth. So now he came back and he's more, I think he's more business oriented now, more um settled, more engaged with himself, you know, his health and other things, what's going on. And number one, he, you know, God in his life. And he going around and said God is the greatest. So, you know, when you go around and, you know, he's put God is the greatest, God first. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say, you know, I'm not here to judge this man, but you know, he's a changed man. There is something different about Vybz Kartel, people. You know, you could say whatever you want. If you don't like his music or he's getting this attention, he's you know he's getting all this money performing $1.35 million. I mean, it doesn't. Listen, if that's what they're going to pay him, if that's what they all agree, and to me, the reason why the concert was canceled is not on Vybz Kartel part. And it wasn't on him. The promoter, there was a dispute. The promoter, you know, something didn't, you know, and you know, people don't understand, man. Then you have other entertainers in the music industry. God is great all the time. And then you have other people in the industry saying that, oh, this is a negative impact. Now other artists, of course, other artists should ask for money. You should always ask for more money than getting less. What's wrong with asking for more, guys? Either yes or no. It's not going to make no difference how people look at dance or artists, or because you're not Vybz Kartel. Your money, you should get your money from how, you as an artist, how you perform, how, on stage, how much people, your people followers come to your concert, things like that. You got to take that in perspective. You got to take that in consideration, because this man sold out the Barclays Center in Brooklyn couple a month ago. Sold it out, people, back to back, 2 nights, the Friday and the Saturday. So you cannot complain about that, because he sold out the stadium, and I'm guarantee you they generate a lot, millions and millions of dollars, and you know what it is. And I come to the understanding what it is. I think Trinidad cannot come to grips. The government cannot come to grips how a person who's not one of their own come to Jamaica. But when Vybz Kartel was there with let me show you a picture, guys. This is the picture. This picture here, um I'm trying to pull up that picture. Yeah, this picture here. See, this picture here, straight vibes, right? They didn't have a problem. These Trinidad people, government didn't have a problem. Didn't have a problem with Vybz Kartel when he was there promoting the straight vibes in Trinidad, and everybody like it, making money. Government, yeah, this, everybody okay, yes, 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 yes. But soon as it go to his what you call it, his music wise, and they cannot believe, oh, this man could generate that much money and people coming to his concert, and they're paying this man that much money. How they generate that money? So now the government want to do investigation and find out how they raise this fund. And you know what I mean? And it is what it is, guys. What are you going to do? What can you say? What can you say? Oh, they can't do that. That's what they're doing, and they have all right to do that, because that's the government. I mean, but I just, like I was saying this morning, because I did a quick morning chat this morning. But I pray to the Most High that they do it honestly and fair, because like I said this morning, not saying Trinidad, is corrupt, but people, we know how things go in these Caribbean islands, guys. We know sometimes things could turn south very quick, very quick. So let the government do the investigation in Trinidad. Let them do it, because they still can't believe someone from Jamaica, Marion and friends, big up. Thank you, man. How you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a long time. You know what I mean? Let them complain and talk about, oh, you know, why how we raise this money, how Vybz Kartel raise this money. It's not Vybz Kartel. It's the people that um know what his music and they want to go see him. You know what I mean? It's not Vybz Kartel going out there, oh, let me raise the money. Yeah, he's doing promotion and people going to see him, but people is willing to pay the money. And how they generate that money? People came out and spend that money, buy tickets. You know what I mean? Buy tickets, and I think this is one of the problem too. I think Vibe said that don't quote me, but I think this is have to do with the Trinidad Carnival, certain things like that, and the promoter wanted to put it, and Varkal said, no, don't do that. The Carnival of Trinidad, that is their thing. Let them celebrate their own culture and let them have it. He don't want it to, you know, pry on that. But I guess they didn't come to, what are you looking for, Kai? They didn't come to no type of agreement. So if they didn't come to some type of agreement, it flopped. And now the concert, you know, you know, they cancel the contract. But what was on the contract was that they could have, if the promoter would have canceled the contract, you know, then they have to refund the money. But unfortunately, they never canceled the concert. So, and you know what I mean, and they had time to send out through social media and news and make sure they do the proper way to cancel it. But Cartel, you know, they didn't reach an agreement. The contract wouldn't come to amend. So Kartel said he didn't go in. So he didn't show up to the concert. And this is what you have now. So like I was saying, Trinidad have no problem when this man was there promoting this straight vibe. Remember the vibes, the Cartel, the rum, they went to Trinidad? They didn't have a problem with that. But now all of a sudden, because he's there and he's a big, and they cannot understand how big of a person, a name, Vybz Kartel in the dancehall, in the music of Jamaican music, especially come to dancehall. They can't believe that a dancehall artist value this much. That's the problem that people cannot come to grips with. And check this out now. You didn't hear that type of talking when he performed at the Barclays Center, right? You didn't hear that talking when he performed at the Barclays Center. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, man. It's good to talk to someone in the chat. Yeah, yeah. But you know what I mean? So how's everyone doing, man? How's everyone doing? You know. So Marion and Femi, how you been, man? Big up yourself, Marion. How you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Where are you? How's everything going, man? How's life? How's everything? How's everything, man? You know what I mean? The channel's going good, man. I mean, I did my platform. I changed up a little bit, you know, a little background. You know, the white. You know, what I mean, like, I mean, I need to get rid of that. It wasn't looking good. It wasn't looking good. So I said, you know what? I had to do a little change up the studio, so at least it look a little more professional. You know. But this is, man. Listen, this is a good app right here with the YouTube thing right here. You know, with the screen in the back, or what you could put the back screen saver. Beautiful thing, man. That's a nice thing. You know what I mean? So I'm using that to the fullest now. So how's everyone doing in the chat, man? Welcome to the chat, guys. Welcome to the chat. Big up to everyone tonight, man. So how's everyone? You know, what I mean, for anyone know about Mary, you know about the Vybz Kartel, right? You know about Vybz Kartel. I don't know if you know about, you know, what I mean, Vybz Kartel, man. Trinidad is, you know, they're doing the Yeah, it's been a while. You're doing good. I'm glad you're doing good, man. Glad you're doing good. Glad you're doing good, man. We still here, man. We're still holding the fort. We still over here on this side, Yard Chat podcast. We're still going, man. We're still going. Man, it's a hot day in New York, man. It's a hot day. I didn't even have on the AC, but man, feel like I need to go put that AC on because, man, I have the window open. There's some nice cool breeze, but man, let me tell you something, guys. It's 83 degrees in New York, but last week the weather was crazy, man. It's crazy weather been having, but thank God that, you know, the weather, I guess, is normal now. You know what I mean? We're in June, so it should be consistently nice weather now from here to, you know, to the next season of weather. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So you know what I mean? You know what I mean? According to Vibes, man, you know, he's saying, you know, they didn't reach, is the promoter, you know what I mean? And I mean, man, then now you have other people saying, oh, this gonna put a damper on other artists. What this is a positive thing, I believe. It should not be a negative thing where people are gonna say, oh, or they're gonna set their standards up. They're not Vibes Cartel. You have to have your own artist, your own lane, stay in your own lane, just like Beanie Man have his lane, Carters have his lane. You know what I mean? And I said it this morning, it would be a beautiful thing if these artists put their difference aside and put their pride aside and come together and do a concert. You know, Beanie Man, Vibes Cartel, you know what I mean, Bounty Killer, and Buju Banton. Man, if those four artists come together, people, it'd be a very good historic moment. But you know what I mean? If it's you know what I mean, it's a lot going on, man. But you know what I mean, and also what's coming on in Jamaica, right? I even not even talking about the Vice Cartel with this thing with Trinidad government want to be nosy, you know. And if you gotta go, yeah, you gotta go, man. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for the light. You know, if you gotta go, you gotta go. So, you know what I mean, I appreciate you coming in. So you change your name, yeah. Okay, I see that. All right, man. Take it easy, okay? Take it easy. Thank you for coming through this afternoon, late evening. It's 6:41 in New York time, guys, and it's about 85 degrees. It's beautiful, and my kids is all up. My you know, both my boys are off from school tomorrow. They have so many. Man, sometimes these kids are out of school more than in. Nah, but you know, it's you know what I mean. I cannot say, but they're doing good in school. You know what I mean. They're both doing good. So you know, big up to that, guys. Big up to that. And kids, you know what I mean? I know this is a family-based platform as well, but stay in school, you know what I mean? Go to school, get enough rest, eat properly, you know, eat balanced diet, make sure you eat your yogurt, eat avocado, good for your stomach. Take your vitamins. Make sure you eat right. Good meal in the morning so your brain up. Feed your brain. Feed your brain. Then you go to school and feed your brain. Feed your brain. With the substance that you need, and then you're going to feed it with brain food, knowledge. I mean, so what I mean. So guys, so like I was saying before, I don't, what I mean. Can this be a trend of how reggae artists be paid, or now, of course, because if yeah, because I don't think no artist, like maybe he is, I don't know, maybe I don't know, guys. Vybz Kartel could be one of the highest paid reggae artist, dancehall artist now, right there now. Yeah, it's gonna be even hotter tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, but I'm glad the weather, we're getting some good weather, man, because man, couple weeks ago up rain a lot and all of that, and so today, it's a nice weather tonight, so it's all day. But man, walking in that heat, if you walk in and you directly on in the sun, you're gonna feel it, because man, I walked today, I walked down, some exercise from work, and I mean, whoa, it was hot. I'm like, oh my god. And it was like a little hill. Walking down was nice, man. Walking down, like, yes, but come back up, I'm like, whoa. Sun was beaming, but I had on my hat, so it was pretty good, guys. So how's your guys? Anyone feel about Vybz Kartel? You know what I mean? The entertainer, the dancehall king, as they say, one of the best entertainer right now on the scene in dancehall. Government is questioning the payments, the cancel payments concert. I mean, I heard 950,000 K, and I heard now it's $1.35 million. Whoa, that cartel is payment. You know what I mean? Listen, guys. I didn't hear the Barclays Center complaining about this man pay. You understand? I didn't hear the Barclays people complain, oh, this is how much we gotta pay. But all of a sudden, Trinidad have to, you know, get into this altercation. Why? Why have to come to why is the government worrying about an entertainer pockets, what the entertainer is making? Why are you in that? Because the entertainer could generate that. You can't believe an entertainer generating that money. And listen now, hear this now. No, they didn't begin to pay him. That's not. It was. I don't know what. They said that they could not reach. Uh, 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 they didn't see eye to eye. And one of the thing I believe Cartel. Don't quote me, but I think this is one of the reason. And Carter was saying that they had a different point of view when it come down to the concert about, I think this particular promoter talking about the Trinidad Carnival, and Vybz was saying no, that is the Trinidad people thing, concert, and the celebration of their country, let it be, continue to be that. He don't want to interfere in that. But I think the promoter was pushing towards him to, and Carter, and they didn't. You see what I'm saying now? So when you have the artist saying, listen, I'm not saying I'm going to perform, but come on now, I'm going to give your people, your country, the respect of what you're doing that day, and I'm not going to in and book it sometime another way, but not at the carnival. But I guess they didn't see eye to eye. But it could. I'm not sure if that's it or other things, guys. So don't quote me on these things. I mean, it could be that or other things that came into play, and no, it wasn't about pay, and so, but it's the same thing in Costa Rica. And no, why is no one speaking about this same thing what happened in Costa Rica? Why the government didn't and Vibes went on social media as well and spoke about the situation in Costa Rica, and he went on, he said, Costa Rica, I'm not coming there because the promoter didn't get things done what he need to get. So if my management team is talking to a promoter or the management or to another event, this and that, but if they don't come to something, why should you why should you tell your artists to go there if you didn't reach no type of solution with the contract or how things go? No, no, guys. What I mean? That's not how it works. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that, guys. You know what I mean? So, and now Cartel, when he come on social media, he's very direct, very precise, very straightforward, very direct with his words. So, what can you say? What can you say? What can you say? And guys, thank you for the 4 likes, guys. I appreciate it. You know what it was? I was in my studio, and I started a live video earlier, and it cut. If you go see, there's 2 live, same thumbnail, same everything. I didn't change nothing. I just copy and paste everything, my thumbnail, and do everything, because I think what happened was I was in the studio and I didn't have the fan to circulate, and the phone was hot. And I think when the phone get hot, it get overheated, and it shuts off. So that was one of the reasons, and I said, what, let me come back on and do a live. And that was like 25 minutes ago. Because the live was just, I don't think it was, I don't know how long the live was. I think maybe it was like, maybe like 10 minutes. I'm not sure. But, I could still download that live and put it. Because what I do, guys, when I do the live, especially, we do the live, I will download it live and make maybe like a clippings and, do like a shorts. Then I upload a little bit of it on other social media like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. So those are the main outlet that but man, lately, if you follow me on Facebook, oh man, I had a lot, a good, like almost 3,000 followers over there, and lot of views. But to be honest, guys, it's be on social media to it's a lot too. It's a lot, you know. Yeah, so what I mean, vibes, man. Listen, so like I was saying before, why Costa Rica government didn't question Vybz Kartel? Because he canceled the show too, because he's saying the promoter didn't do things right. And what I mean, listen, the promoter, your guys have to get things right. You have to accommodate the person that's coming. And if you can't reach, if you cannot reach, if you and the artist didn't reach some type of agreement or solution before the concert start, and the artist, if the artist know nothing haven't reached, the artist not going to show. So it's to you as a promoter, you need to take the proper step and cancel the show. And he did not cancel the show, and people now cannot get their money back, because if the promoter cancels the show, people be refunded. But check this out now. The money been collected, and the money probably been paid out to whoever would be paid. Right? Probably got his paid. It's not his fault. If it's the promoter fault, it's not the artist's fault. Guess what? I'm going by the contract. Listen, I didn't breach a contract. You still have to be paid. That's how it goes, guys. That's how it is. So listen, Cartel is a businessman. And I hope people learn. I hope people will see from in this, especially the dancehall and artists in Jamaica, anyone in the Caribbean. That what I mean. You have to control your career, guys. I mean. You have to know what move to make, who what is what, because at the end of the day, you are the artist. You the one that's your career, and you're seeing what happened to Stone. You're seeing what happened to Andrew Stone, guys. People surrounding them. Her stealing her money. I don't think this is. Vibes is smart, man. He's a very smart guy. What I mean, very smart guy. I have to give him respect on how he conduct himself business wise. What I mean, he's not an idiot. What I mean, and people acting like Vibe is not. Vibe's a very wealthy man. Vibe was a very rich man before he was locked up, and his music was selling even when he was in prison, guys. And he made music while he was in prison. What I mean? So he was still streaming, making money. Money was building millions of. Vital was worth. Vibe Carter was worth millions of dollars before he even went to jail. Even went to prison, not jail, prison. Even before he went to prison, Vital was valued millions of dollars, guys. I don't know how much, but he was have value millions of dollars. Millions of dollars, guys. So you cannot say, but now how he's conducting himself, running business, it's going good. When is his next concert? Man, I saw a advertisement. I forgot, but he's traveling all over, man. And another thing where artists could learn from this, guys. You see what I'm saying? Cartel, wasn't around for 13 years, and a lot of these artists who supposed to make moves didn't make moves in their career. And now Vybz are out and making moves. And people say, how because the man came out, he had a plan. He had a plan. And I believe they wanted the plan away from being God is the greatest. There's a time and a place for that. We will speak about that. I think he have a gospel album, something. I don't know, guys. I saw something quick. I'm not sure. Gospel something. Quite this man. So you cannot be upset at a person that who is being or not say being, but learn from past errors. You understand? Learn from past errors and say, God, if you get me out of this, see, people don't understand. People don't understand, right? If you get me out of this, I'm going I'm going to do your work, man. I'm going to say God is the greatest. That's what that's what he not the full like story, but that so you cannot question that. You cannot question how this man is moving, how he's controlling his career, because every move he said that he know what like he planned it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. God, if you let me out of this one, I would say God is the greatest for the rest of my life. God is the greatest. So who of us to say, oh, this man not worth that? Listen, if somebody willing to negotiate with Vybz Kartel and he's on tour, he's on world tour right now, right? So every country that he goes, or every promoter and cartel team is setting their bar. When I mean setting their bar, money wise, how things supposed to go, contract wise, how the stage looks set up, but everything, you know what I mean, people. I'm not getting detail, right? He's involved with everything. So if both parties come together, oh, you know what, Vice? Okay, all right. We can't set just throwing numbers out there. We can't give you the 5 million, but we could give you 2.5 million. We can't get the 5, but you give me okay. You settle on that. You settle on that. You settle on that. So now on the day of the concert, now during the week or whatever of the concert, you call up the person or you call up Vybz Kartel people and say, listen, man, something, we can't, blah, blah, blah. What? That's not we discussed. What? We can't come to agreement. What? Listen, man, I'm not showing up. I'm not coming. Atlanta, big up Atlanta in the house. Christopher McDonald, how you doing, man? So if they didn't come to agreement with the contract and Vybz told him he's not showing because we didn't finalize, and know the day of the contract, what you want me to do. We didn't finalize the contract. So now before this man cancel the concert, go on social media, boom boom blast it out, go on the radio station, boom 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 blast it out. So listen, unfortunately, at this present time, the concert is canceled due to uncircum, whatever. But he didn't do that. He had time to do 5 hours. He didn't have time. So Vybz Kartel didn't come. So no, listen. You see, no. My question is, and I'm not hearing nobody ask that question. If me and you sign a contract and whoever witnessed to it is between those parties, how in the world did this reach to the government? How much a dancer artist getting paid? How this came into play? How this came into play? I'm thinking, I was sitting here now and thinking to my brain, and I'm like, wait a minute here. How this came in? How did a private a contract with a dancer artist wind up in the Trinidad and Tobago president lap, government lap, to do some investigation on what? Do they suspect corruption on the promoter side? Have to be. Have to be. I don't. That's the first time cartels go there. Cartel been locked up for 13 years. So you can't say he been there recently. You know what I mean? It's just recently when he came out now, making sure to the world, you call him, everybody meet up, we agree on this price or whatever it is. But how this line wind up on the government to do investigation? How? Yes. Yes, I believe so. I believe so. I didn't want to get. I see Christopher. Thank you. That was my next. That was my next step to go into that and say, listen, wait a minute here. Could have just been a setup. Listen, man. $1.35 American dollar. That's a lot of money. Enough for the government eye to turn and say, wait a minute here. That's a lot of money to be for a vent to raise a $1.35 million. So they want to know how that promoter raised the money. What your take on that, Miss Christopher McDonald? What's your take? What is take? Big up, man. Thank you for coming into the show, man. And press the like button. What is your take on that? What is your take on that? You think it's who how the government know, who told them, how this leak out, what's going on in in behind the scenes? We don't know. We don't know. Mm-hmm. Promoting is a problem. And hear this now. And it's a good thing Cartel didn't go. Can hear this now. For that promoter in Trinidad, so he must be a top promoter there. So no other promoter is there. I guess he's a top down, as they say. But hear this now. I'm going to use this as an example. In the music industry, like P. Diddy, right? Not compare. Like, if you get a chance and somebody that P. Diddy, he's the man. When it comes down to hip hop music, you want to get hit, you want to get into the entertainment, is true P. Diddy because he was the man, right? So it's kind of like that in Trinidad. Maybe this guy is the man. And for the government to step in and say, wait a minute here, we need to know how this money was raised. That means the government has some type of idea of this person because they cannot come and compare Cartel been locked up for 13 years and been out almost a year. So he's no way on the scene. So there's something about that promoter is the problem. And thank God Vybz didn't go. Sound like it was a trap. Yeah. Yeah, you can't listen. You cannot make Cartel look bad because Cartel gave you a price. And if you have the big man and it done, you want to say, yeah, no problem, yeah. But the government want to know how you raise that money. The promoter, Mr. Promoter, how you raise that money. What type of other activities are you into? That's what it boils down to. What else activity are you into to raise this money? Listen, we're not here to make any allegation or say, this person's doing. No, we're not. We don't have facts. We just going by what was told in the media, and I'm just giving my own opinion of it, what I think of it, my thoughts. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to say this man is doing this man not. They wanted to lease him in a house names too. Dangerous. Let me tell you something. Cartel is smart. Listen. If you don't see, Cartel is smart, man. You see, one thing, Cartel is no idiot. If you don't come to him right, you're not going to get anywhere. And lease house in his name and big red flag. Red flag. Yeah. And God know what else that we don't know about. That Cartel probably not telling. Listen, guys. I'll be on for another 5-10 minutes, then I'm off. So you guys in the chat, press the like button, man. So the video hit the algorithm. Big red flag, man. And they're trying to set up the man. But hear this now, Christopher. When Cartel was in Trinidad a couple months ago, right? And straight vibes, right? The liquor thing there in Trinidad. The government they love that though. Everybody love it, celebrate. Yeah. Everybody good now and can't believe an artist from Jamaica, a dancer artist from Jamaica, how impossible can this man generate that much, for want to make that much money? Yeah. Imagine that. They're trying to set him up. They're trying to set him up. Bad mind people them. To me sound like what? Imagine that. Imagine that. No, check this out. Imagine that. No, Christopher. If this man didn't have his discerning eyes around him and how he move, right? And cancel at the last minute. So no, I'm not coming. Not coming. Imagine you at the house. And Sidim probably gonna be there, you know what I mean? And his kids gonna be there. And his people, everybody or whatever, chilling out, having a talking and talking about, the concert, what's you know what I mean, and what's going on, and you know what I mean, everybody you having a good time, holding the vibes, you understand? Next thing you know, boy, don't knock down, boy, everybody phone the ground, what a big color, lord, what? Imagine you're not going to the house to do no house hunting to see what's in underneath the cellar, what's in here, what you're not doing that investigation. You mean, what I mean, if you want to walk in the kitchen, in the room, you're gonna do a little spec, but you're not do like pulling up mattress, looking and looking on the bed and tearing down closet and looking up and see what's, you don't know. And next thing you know, oh, they found a whole bunch of drugs and this and that and this and that. And next, cartel name get caught up in a whole rah-rah, whole bunch of nonsense. Man, imagine that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good move, man. Good move. Good move. No, I didn't go see people not. I see some of these people not talking about behind the scene. You have this guy Soundchat Radio said something about, oh, this could be something negative on dancehall where other artists now, they was getting $80,000 show. Now they want $150,000 and what and so. And what and so. Not everyone in the same lays as Vybz Kartel, but why should you sell yourself short? You are artists. And if you negotiate for a high price, why not? People don't understand reggae music is making a lot. What about the record company not making money? Come on, man. It's the same nonsense in R&B music and hip hop dance. It's the same thing. This music is music, people. It's a very, very evil industry. Doesn't matter if it's reggae music, dancehall, hip hop, rock, pop, jazz. It's the same propaganda. Music. You understand? So it's nothing different, guys. Nothing different. So, you know what I mean? Listen, man. We just got to be careful, you know what I mean? Because people out there setting trap, you know what I mean? And like, Vybz said he didn't go to Costa Rica, the promoter. Listen, and I'm sure now Vybz antenna even up and up because, listen, know a lot of people, Vybz is on tour, but he already got the memo already. People already pay the price for him already because he booked up. They already paid this man already. Yeah. Yeah, I heard, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, people don't understand. People don't understand that it's a serious business. Don't listen. You know, some of these people, they was try, I believe it was a setup, man. It could have been a setup, lease name. What? House, what? Oh man, you could see it. You could see it. But thank God that, vibes, you know, make a good decision. Don't go, man. And he's touring the world, guys. And people gonna say, oh, are other artists gonna be affected by his high price? No. If you like the artist and you really like the artist as a promoter and you want to do this artist, perform at a certain place at a venue, and you both got to come to and reach a type of agreement. You both got to come and reach some type of agreement of what the pay, what's going to happen, how the show going to go. You have to resolve some issues before you'll get into, because once a contract is signed, and whoever avoided or break the contracts who need to get paid still got to get paid. So it wasn't something that have what do you call it? Excuse me, Vybz Cartel, didn't show up. He said him and the promoter didn't reach an agreement. So that means how can I come to perform at a concert if we didn't reach an agreement, guys? So that's where we at. So now the government going to investigate where how they raise this money, and I'm sure they're going to be looking at that promoter. I don't know anything about this man. Now I'm going to have to go do some research about this man. Why the police is eyes on this man? It did what is his past? I'm going to get do some research, and I said, it could be listen. The police probably had the eye on this man for a while. People, you never know. You don't know. You don't know. We don't know, but something don't sit well with me. But I'm just glad Vibes didn't go, and I didn't even know about the part about you see how I didn't know that part, and probably you said that, and probably a lot of people don't even know about that. So red flag, man, red flag, and that probably was red flag that Cartel said, you know what, man, I don't know what you're doing, but leave me out of that. I don't want no part of that. Mm-mm. If you can't accommodate something else, then we don't reach no type of no type of means on this part of the contract, then we can't go forward. Can't go forward. Yeah, man, guys, thank you for joining me, man, and appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel, guys. Until next time, you know what I mean, I'm just going to get some rest because it's been a long day, guys. And thank everyone for taking the time to hear me tonight. And tell a friend to join this podcast, guys. Until later, enough love. All right.